Hello, everybody. I think I'm a little early. Let me see what time it is. Let me see. Um, for tonight's live. Yeah, we got a couple minutes. Oh, I didn't cut on my thing. Yeah, we got a couple minutes. So I am going to be live tonight. See, if I can bring this down just a little bit. Okay. So I'm out in my garden with mostly, that's where I'm at mostly all the time. And I wanted to take you tour on what we're doing. Hold on one second, everybody. In the deep, the one you lift your thing up, it looked like lumifoil and there's some candy on top of it. That was my son, you know. Anyway, tonight, this is real life anyway. So tonight I want to take you on a tour of what's going on in my garden. And I'm going to be doing a little bit of sweeping first. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. All the mothers out there, happy Mother's Day. And I hope you are being celebrated and that you are doing exactly what you want to do today, you know. And, we should be celebrating not just on one day, but all the time, you know. So what we do is a lot, you know. We be praying, fasting, you know, all those good things. Let me see, can I get this camera right? Sorry about that, y'all. Doing a lot of stuff. I'm sweeping up a little bit in the area. I like to have my area, my workspace, and area of my garden real nice and clean. I am going to see, can I share this? I'm going to see how you do it. I don't think you can do it from here. I'm going to have to go. Share right here. Let me see how I share it. Okay. All right. Yes. You got my battery pack yet? You don't have it in your hand. Let you check it first and make sure it's frozen. It should be frozen. Okay. Okay. So I made some. They call it chili bears, but I call them like ice pops. In the cups we used to make back in the day with Kool-Aid and stuff for my grandkids and my whoever wants some for these hot days. Malik, come on here and say hi. Nobody's on here.
So why did you want to do it?
But I want you to say hi. It's a live thing that people can watch later. Okay. Come on. This is my son Malik, the graduate, Benedict College.
Thank you.
All right, babe.
You good?
Yep, I'm good. Thank you. I am. So, I wanted to show you the stuff, and I hope all the mothers are enjoying their Mother's Day. Now, my Mother's Day consists of me being in my peaceful place, the place I love to be at. And that's my garden. I did do some things today with family and stuff, but right here it's nice. The sun is all behind the trees, but the breeze is so lovely. It's a beautiful evening. I will be, I need to bring my music out too. I don't have my music out, so I have to call him again, tell him to bring my speaker box. So I need my speaker box and bring my music out. I like to have my music playing. We do some work out here. I want to put up some more string line and everything. I hope some people will be able to join in. So anyway, today I'm going to show you what's going on in the garden. And I'm going to take you a walkthrough of how I got it set up. So let me go ahead and dump this, and then I'm going to be with you in just a moment. All right, so first of all, if you see these right here, these are my new trellises for the garden and for my tomato area. So I do not have my door up yet, but I'm gonna turn the camera around so you can be able to see what I'm talking about. So let me see about turning this around so I can put it back this way, and I can take you on a little walking tour, okay? So right here, I'm standing at the entrance, and when you come in towards my left, is my big storage unit. I got a lot of stuff on top of it, but that'll be cleaned up soon. This real life right here. And this is my tent area where I'll be sitting down, having my little drinks, teas, and just enjoying my garden area. I will be putting up some lights underneath of there. And also, I'm thinking about doing some fairy lights on the trellises. But I'm going to show you this thing I got from a yard sale this weekend. I got these. I thought these were so awesome. Ain't they awesome? So I'm going to hang these up in the front of my post, my doorway. Those right there. And I'm going to hang those up and put some some candles in, some flickering candles in them that are battery operated probably. And have it for the entrance coming in. So some of these trellises going to be fairy light down, and some are going to have some lights in the bed. So those will come a little bit later. So we're going to start on the side where the tent is at in the herb section. So let's take a walk over there. I'm going to move this up a little bit, and I'll probably pop it back down some. So bear with me a little bit. Okay. All right. So now we're taking a tour walk right here. I have 2 beds right there, which is going to be onions and lettuces. As you can see, I got some lettuces over there, some onion scapes, and some chives. This right here is my loquat. I just bought that this year. I have some lavender down here, and I have some herbs in that pot right there. If we take a turn right here, this right here is my elderberry. It wasn't this big maybe 3 weeks ago when I bought it, but look at it growing. I'm going to have to change that pot out by the end of the season. This right here is we're going down our herb section. These 2 right here is potatoes. Got some potatoes. I got herbs in the back. I just planted some chocolate mint in the black pot right here. Over here is some more herbs, some mint. I'm not mint. That's another herb. Let's see what type is this. Coriander, Vietnamese. So that's pretty. Right here is a lemon basil in the back. I have some mint right here. What type of mint is this? Let's look at it. Apple mint, and it smells just like apples. This is purple basil. I have some more mint right here, and this one is orange mint. And this is peppermint right there. And right in the back is strawberry mint. Then over here I have some marjoram, sweet marjoram, a new one. And down here I have blue balsamic peppermint. Peppermint what? Oh, peppermint. It's saying right here. This right here, I got some mint in with my lavender. Wonderful lavender. Back here is some lemon balm. That's growing up wonderful. They're good for mosquitoes. I think I'm going to switch this closer to my area where I sit at. And I have some lemon balm on the table too. Right here is my chamomile. Making chamomile tea. This right here is, what is this? I'm reading it backwards. Some queen Thai basil. This right here, I pulled out another, supposed to be some celery, but to me it looking like parsley, so we're gonna see. I found it in a bed. And this right here, back here, is stevia here. And I have some parsley and some thyme right here. Right down here is some, I don't know, is this some more thyme or rosemary? This is rosemary. And this one is lavender mint. And we have some cinnamon basil right here. I have some sage over here, some with the flower. I have some spearmint in the back. And I just potted some more. This right here is called basil. I got 5 different types of basil in there because I love basil. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to end up making some pesto with my basil and onion tops. This right here is another potato plant. Beautiful, lovely leaves. Beautiful. And over here in this long bed in the back, this long bed, you see those growing in the back? Those are called loofahs. Now, one thing I noticed about my loofah, that some of them died as I planted them, and some of them survived. So all of them did not live. So I had some more in hand. So I think I put out about 20, or maybe close to 10. I can't remember. No, 15 maybe. And some of them had died back, so I planted some more in the spot. So they look pretty good, some of them. And they still look like they're going to do well. I haven't seen any. I see one that maybe he's struggling a little bit. But the rest of them is doing well now. And in front, you'll see some already parked up. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of bush beans that's going to be in front of them. And it's 4 each. 4 different varieties here of bush beans. So I have that down here. So let me open this up and sit this down for a minute. 5 varieties of bush beans. Now, I'm not going to go on that side yet because I want you to see what I'm doing here with the tomatoes. Okay? So let's go back. We're going to come around and then we're going to come back so I can show you the tomatoes. So let me turn this around and I'm going to put it right here and I'm going to turn you around so you can see the trellises. Okay, so this right here is my tomato trellises for this year. My tomatoes are looking awesome. I have them all in 5-gallon buckets this year because I wanted to do something different. I wanted to be able to save space, but also train them to go vertical more. So these are vertical, going up vertically. And what I did not a lean type of thing. I'm leaning it down, but I'm going to train them. This one got 2 leaders, which you got 1 here and 1 here. Got 2. So I'm training them to go up on their own string, and I will pick the tomatoes from them. And that means I have to keep coming out and picking all the suckers. If you saw my YouTube little video about suckers, and I came in and picked some of them earlier, and I got some out, and the ones that was in there. So every day I check for suckers, so I won't be having 3 or 4 leaders on it. So I have 2 leads on this one, and I have 2 leads on this one. I only have 1 lead on this one, but I did put a second string just in case I might want to branch it off to have another one. Then I have 2 leads on this one. So I'm not going no higher than 2 for each one. And each pot also is going to have it's a bucket in here, a little cup where I used to have my transplants in. Let me show you so you can understand what I'm talking about. Let's see if you can see it. Bring it down a little bit more. Okay, so right here in the pot, I have this right here, which I'm going to take it up. It's double potted. Have one where I put a basil in here. Yeah, so tomato plants like basil, onions, and I might do a marigold because they help with the pests. So I have a basil here. Oh, I love the smell. And I have another pot underneath of it, which I will put my kitchen scraps right inside of that pot and have this a double pot. So I'm gonna have a feeder and I have a grower right on top. So none of the bugs will be able to, animals and stuff to get to it because it'll be in the second pot at the bottom. And I wanna make sure everybody understands what I'm talking about. I got this for one off a YouTube lady that was doing it. Let me see if I can tilt it down just a little bit more so you can see. Yeah, everybody can see. So right here, if you can see, move this out the way, it's 2 pots. I got one right here, and I put a hole and make sure it fit right down in there snug. And I'll be putting the scraps in there. I do have an onion scape I put in here. And over here, I have a water bottle, which now I can cap it up. And I like to let my water air out for 24 hours for the chemical base, and because it's not rainwater. And I will be poking holes at the bottom of it where I will have a drip system for this bucket. So when it get very hot outside, I'll probably do my morning watering, but also I will have a drip system ready for the afternoon and the times when I'm not. And I also have this top on it so bugs and stuff will not be getting in here. So I will put a couple real small holes in it, and you'll see it bubble up, and it will constantly water my tomato plant. Now this ain't gonna last forever, probably be overnight, and then all of a sudden in the morning I gotta check it and see how much water's in there. And you have to get it just right, so it take a trial and error. So I'm gonna try with one, because I notice when I do two, it's too much water drained out too fast. So make sure the pinhole is very small. So that's what I did with these. So all of these tomatoes have those leaders like that. All of them is done with 1 or 2 liters on it. And all of them will have a water bottle in it and a feeder inside as well. So I want my tomatoes to grow up nice and plump, but get that great nutrients as well. Now in the bottom of this soil, what I used was already composted soil that I've been treating during the winter. And I love this trellis method I got because it seems like it's going to work out very well. And I use a stabilizer by having a box frame for the tomatoes and a high rise, some wood underneath it to high rise up a little. So that is what's going on with the tomatoes. So let me see if I can turn around so you can see the rest of the tomatoes. I have 16 buckets here with 12 different varieties of tomatoes over here. As you can see, the ones in the back, I can tell these ones are burnt up very well. I think of the ones in a couple in the front, I got to figure out which one was. Some of them are indeterminate. I think I got a couple of them, but the rest of them is, no, a couple of them is determinate, and the rest of them is indeterminate. So those determinate ones will go to a certain height, and that's it. So I don't know if I need a string line for it, but everybody's getting one regardless. And I do have 2 more over there because I didn't think one of them was going to make it, but they did make it. So I'm good. So let's go ahead. I'm going to show you the rest that's over here. So let's go ahead and we turn over here to our view of this side. Let me see. So let me go ahead and take you on a walk in the back quick. So right here, I have some tamales. Uh-oh, sorry. Gotta lock it in. There you go. Tamales in here. Along with I have some flowers coming up. My pollinator flowers so it can help with pollination. And this bed is my zucchini and squash, as well as I have a bird nest squash as well. I'm gonna see how that turns out. And I got jugs in here for my water as well to help with the watering because in summertime it gets very hot. I noticed this bed, I can tell my fertilizer is real low here. So tonight is the first feeding of my veggies. So I will be feeding them tonight with the solution I have with Dr. I'll look it up in just a minute. But it's one of his combinations. I didn't do the 511 yet, but I'm going to do him first. Give them a good feeding. And that'll be their first feeding since they've been in the ground. I do have compost mixed in with this bedding, but these 2 beds mostly have the new black cow and the other, because I took the ones that was in here and put it in the tomatoes to start those off first. And so that one over here has full compost from the winter in it. So you can tell the greens are much darker and much vibrant over here than over here. So I'm thinking that will help. But also with the sun, I believe we get more sunlight over here. So we have to check that out. Right here's my peppers. I do have peppers in a little bag because I had extra. I can't remember how many different varieties I have up here, but I have pot and sweet. And they're looking awesome. So to the point where I see some peppers already shooting up. Let me see if we can get down here and see. You see this right here? Look at those peppers. Wow. And I did see another one somewhere right here. Look at that. Another pepper. So this bed is doing well. Now over here is tomato. And I made it with TPs, which I'll be wrapping another string around them to connect the TPs so they can also go up and around as well. This one over here is my munchie. Have lemon. And I don't remember what this one is called back here. Pickling cucumber, just a regular pickling cucumber. And I see this tendrils already coming out. So I'm going to try to wrap them around the pole. This one have two, and I did put some more seeds down here. So we hope that we have some germination soon. But these are looking good too. This is another potato, looking beautiful. Look at that potato. Wow. Okay. And in this bed right here that have this tall trellis right here is my cantaloupe. Cantaloupe is right here. I see that only two came up, but there's some more coming in. You see them little ones? Got planted some more seeds. See they popping in? So I have one right there and two coming up there and a couple more over here. And I also have feeders in here. So all these over here have feeders. The beds don't have feeders, but they have water. Constant water flow. I will feed them differently. Build trenches in those. This right here is a bed where I have some Swiss chard in here as well as some flowers. And this is underneath of this milling trellis. Let me show you the milling trellis. Let me see, can I set it down? And I'm going to try to pop it up so you can see the milling trellis. And it's a cowl panel, see? Lower down. The milling trellis. And that's going to be that. And I also have some extra tomatoes that I have in the back here, up here. Have one on each side because they was indeterminate, so they will be coming up on this trellis as well. And these green pails, I might put something else in there, the buckets right here. The planter boxes. Okay, so right here is my watermelon, which I only am doing sugar babies because I do not want the bigger ones because I don't have room for those. But as I can see, sugar baby watermelons are doing good. I got two here. I did plant more seeds. I see one right here popping up. And these other ones that you see right here are beans. I put these ones over here because these are the ones that's long asparagus beans. So those will be trellising up on this trellis as well. So hopefully that will turn out well because all of those look like they popped up. And also the watermelon is looking pretty good too. I think I got one down here, and I do have some feeders in here too. One day also I did differently. I did hay. I had some of that from last year I didn't put out, and I put it on the beds, and I still need to get some more, but it's helping with the water retention, so I won't have to go in the soil won't dry out so fast. Okay, and right here, these two over here is also cucumbers with the same trellis program. And I have a feeder in the middle as well. So they're looking well. I added more cucumbers here too. And I see all of them have sprouted up, every one of them I put there. These two bins right here is my sweet potatoes. I have 4 in this one, 4 viney sweet potato, and I got nothing in there yet because I have to put them in there. I decided to do another bin. And I got with my free wood at the bottom that I got from one of the big box stores that they give away free. So I like, thank you, Jesus. And this bed right here mostly have squash in it. And they are looking beautiful. I have new squash here I never planted before. Like these, what's these called? 49ers hybrid. You see how the leaves are different colors? And I'm like, oh my goodness, did they have powdery mildew? But no, that's the color of the leaves. Zucchini. I heard they get big. I have a couple of those on the end. And I also have some butternut squash on the end too, because all those trail. So with those trailing, I put them down here because I'm building another trellis from here to here. It's going to be like a teepee almost, and they're going to have a space for the squash and zucchini squash to trellis. So it's gonna be on this end right here, and also over there. I'm gonna be doing that. So that's coming up soon as well. So let me turn you around, and I'm gonna talk to you a little bit. So that's what's going on in this garden so far today. And what I've been working on is those tomato trellises that you see over there. I've been working on those diligently, and it looks wonderful. I think I did a great job. I had to cut them back from 8 feet to 7 feet because my step ladder, because I don't have a regular ladder, my step ladder wouldn't allow me to drill the holes. So now I'm working on doing my string for each one. And also I got to make on the trellis here. And clean up some and get ready for my door. And that one piece, I'm not really worried about that one piece of fencing yet. I can do that last. And also, I have to put the holes in for my 2x4 support beams for my fence. Because when the loofahs start to develop on the fence, it has to make sure the fence is very sturdy to hold them huge loofahs. Okay? I think that was it. I have some more herbs up here. And I didn't have any eggplant that came up big and I think it was a stunt growth or something. But I do have some that just start coming up, but I don't know what to say about it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put it in a little bigger pot, a cup, and let it grow some more. But I don't know, because it seems like it should have been up farther by now. And I might just have to end up buying some from my local store. What is it? Sal Old Time Feeding place. She's very helpful, and I've been learning a lot from her. And I think I'm gonna have to get some Lisa a long purple long and a regular eggplant, because I only want 2 plants this year. And I will put them in a bucket. I'll do a bucket for them. So hopefully I have 2 more buckets. I see one right here and another one or something in there. So I might just use these 2 to be able to do those 2 eggplants, and that'll be it for the garden. So I hope you enjoy my update of what's going on in my garden today. I did not show you my fruit orchard, but I'll wait to do that another time because it's just awesome. It's growing, it's doing wonderful over there. So I'll show you my fruit orchard a little bit later. At another time, we'll do another live for that. And this is in May, the middle of May, the second week of May here. And I am really looking forward to the great harvest, the wonderful works that God have in store for my plants this year. Because I believe that from those little tweaks I did during the fall and winter season, it's going to help the production of my crops this year. I believe that my crops will be very productive today. No leggy tomato vines. I'm working on it very good with the water situation, with the moisture situation, with the feeding situation, all those have been worked on wonderfully. Only I had one set of flowers um, that grew when I had the starts, and they were my coleus, and I'm putting them in my front urns that I have right in the front of the door that I painted yellow. So they're doing wonderfully. And I'm praying that I'll be able to make a wash station because I want to do something real awesome this summer. And I wanted to have something from garden, from the garden to the table. So I wanted like you know how you get the vegetables, you wash the vegetables, you cook the vegetable, you eat the vegetable. I want something like that out here. So I wouldn't have to pick it, go in the house washing, and then you see another video with that. No. I want to be able to have my grill out here, grill the food up, or put it on a flat thing to cook it, have a wash station to wash my vegetables, have a prep station where I can be able to cut it up, have my folded tables out here, my cutting boards and stuff, and be able to cook the vegetables that I pick off my vines and be able to serve it and have cooking with colors in the garden. Isn't that awesome? Cooking with colors in the garden. And this year is going to be so awesome because then I can invite some of my gardening friends to have lunch with me and they can be able to endure the blessings, the bountiful blessings that we have here in the garden this year. Because it's not just for us, not just for yourself, it's for others to be a blessing to others as well. So I'm believing God that this year will be the best year in my garden that I have ever had because of the preparation and because of the different things I did differently that I tweaked to make it so. So I'm thanking God for all that. And I thank my son Malik for helping me put the post up. I thank God for allowing me to have an awesome, amazing husband to be able to help support my vision. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Malik. And I thank God for strength and courage because I wouldn't be able to do this if it weren't for him. Um, Most of everything here I done, it took time and it's still taking time that I put the fence up, I put the border up, I put the tarp up, I made the trellises, the um, the other trellis over here. Because some of these things, it's taking very crafty and being creative to get them up, to get it done with one person. You got to be crafty and creative to make sure and make it work. So I thank y'all for being on the journey with me. I thank you for tuning in. I thank you for just being a subscriber. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. I'm trying to get up my numbers. Please subscribe to my channel. Please give me some suggestions if you have some or anything with my garden because I don't know everything. I think the best learning experience is doing, and I believe that we can learn together because me teaching you what I found out, what I experienced and know, and you turn around telling me some stuff that I didn't know is helping each other um, and everything. So that's it for tonight. Have a wonderful evening. Thank you all. God bless. And remember, if you just do what you do and do it well, how could you go wrong? Because God is in the mix. Allow God be in the mix of what you're doing, what you do, and do it well. And He will lead you to the rest. Be blessed. This is Tish doing what I do. Subdivision Gardener. Be blessed. Bye now.